All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, time this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord will, this lesson is edifying. Now, this is Markets Insider, okay? And here's the title, of this article. It says Russia and Iran step up de-dollarization drive with pact to shun the greenbacks in bilateral trade, report says. Now when you drop down, it says Russia and Iran have reportedly agreed to avoid the dollar in bilateral trade and use their own currencies instead. The move is seen as part of the de-dollarization trend among nations to shift away from using the greenback in trade and investment. Russia and Iran, both facing U.S. economic sanctions, have been stepping up their cooperation. Okay, now the point is, is that basically, really, all right, you have these nations that basically want to move away from the dollar. Okay, and we know that the dollar isn't gonna last much longer, man. We know that the value of the dollar, okay, is continually going down. Which even when you go into inflation, you have prices going up. But really, the prices, of goods, all right, aren't really going up. It's just that because the value of the dollar is going down, it takes more of those dollars to buy or purchase said good, because it's going into the devaluing of the dollar, man. And we know eventually they're going to get rid of the dollar, okay? All right, according to the scriptures, all right, we know that the MOTB, okay, the MARK of the beast will be implemented, and that is the CHIP. Okay, and this is why we see, articles going into, cash may no longer be king, cash becoming obsolete, cash becoming extinct. All right. And we hear these things about what? CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. All right. A digital ID, digital dollar. Okay. And cashless societies, because that's what's coming, man. A cashless society where your purchases, your payments, your buying and selling are going to be done cashlessly through the CHIP that they're going to want inside you, and that is the MARK of the beast. Okay, now going into Russia and Iran, let's deal with them two first. All right, we know according to the scripture that Russia, is the main, if not one of the main nations that's going to help take part in what? The destruction of America, man. America is Mystery Babylon the Great. Okay, the great whore, the great city, which will be destroyed in these last days by the way of fire. Okay, and Russia, is one of those main nations in prophecy that's going to help take part in that destruction. Okay, now, Russia in the scriptures, Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 1, it says, "And a word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them." Okay, and Gog, okay, Gog and Magog is going into Russia, man. You see? Okay, and Persia, all right, according to the scriptures, is aligned with Russia. When you keep on reading, it says, "And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, and all thine clothes with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords." Persia, okay, that's Iran. All right, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, and all of them with shields and helmets. So I just found it, because you see articles with Russia and Iran, Okay. All right. Basically, these two nations basically moving in the same spirit, so to speak. You know. But we know, all right, according to the scriptures, that Russia, okay, being God, you know, the Medes, okay, is going to help take part in the destruction of America. And we know that Iran or Persia would, okay, according to prophecy, be aligned with Russia, man. Okay. Now, going into the dollar, okay, going into the dollar, let's get that. Let's get the book of Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, because there won't be no more dollar, man. Okay. You know, you see these jakes, you know, on the internet, you know, they spreading, you know, all this cash. Eventually cash ain't gonna be worth nothing. Okay, the dollar isn't gonna be worth anything, man. Okay. It says, Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a marcus in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, and when you go into that word marcus, okay, M-A-R-K in the Greek word is charagma, which goes into a scratch, etching, then carved, sculptured, graven, okay, because they're gonna have to basically make a cut and incision into, you know, your flesh to give you this CHIP, and they have to use what, a sharp tool to do so, which is why when you go even deeper into the word, it goes back to Carax, which goes into what, a pale, stake, or palisade. That's that, you know, that sharp, you know, tool. Okay, verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MARK, or the name of the beast, all right, or the number of his name, because once again, there won't be no more cash, man. Cash will be obsolete, all right? You won't be making payments, you know, with cash. You won't be making purchases, okay? You won't be buying and selling with cash. The only way you will be able to buy and sell is by receiving what? This MARK, this CHIP. And we see, you know, all right, Esau getting the world ready for this thing, man. You know? And then you have the devaluing, okay, of the dollar. Okay, you want these nations, they want to put off the dollar. Okay, the value of the dollar is continually going down, you know, and eventually it won't be no more dollar, man. It's gonna be this okay, this CHIP, all right. And see, even when you go into how we purchase, okay, in our own normal lives, okay, even I notice, you know, you start using, well, I know I started using less gas, you know, because what these devils do, well, let's read the scriptures. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, it says, lest Satan, which we know according to the scriptures, that Esau Edom, okay, which is who, when you read 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, the man of sin, the son of perdition, the mystery of iniquity, okay. The scriptures say what, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, because Esau Edom is Satan on the earth, man. Okay, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And a part of Esau Edom's devices is gradualism and conditioning. And see, when you go into the word conditioning, conditioning basically means, you know, becoming used to, becoming accustomed. And people are becoming accustomed to using less and less cash. You know, you got all right, the Apple Pay, you know, you the purchase through your phone, the smart watches. You see, went from the dollar, you know, to the cards. Now you can pay, you know, well, it went from the dollar to the cards. You got the tap and pay and the Apple Pay. You know, then you can pay through the Apple watches, you know, the smart watches, and eventually, okay, they gonna want, you know, the technology inside you, man, going into the CHIP, the MOTB, man. You see, all right, which gradualism, you know, basically, gradualism, you know, when you get, basically you get things done, you know, in a way, basically gradually, you know, slowly, step by step, you know, and you have the saying of a frog in boiling water. Let me see, can I get that? The boiling frog. Right. It says the boiling frog is an apologue describing a frog being slowly boiled alive. You see? It says the premise is that if a frog is put suddenly into boiling water, it will jump out. Okay? But if the frog is put in tepid water, which I believe tepid is lukewarm, right? Lukewarm, okay? Water, which is then brought to a boil slowly or gradually. You see? It will not perceive the danger and will be cooked to death. You know, because Esau, he didn't just come out of nowhere and just say, here's the chip, you know? And I ain't even mean to say it, but Khan, okay? All right, he's doing gradualism and conditioning. People are becoming accustomed to using less and less cash themselves, you know? All right, to some people, cash is becoming an inconvenience, okay? And I remember when the with the C, the CV was going around. He kept pushing out cash can spread, the CV because it holds so much bacteria. We should be using less and less cash because these devils know, you know, what they're trying to do and what they're trying to bring forth, man. Okay, they're trying to bring forth the CHIP. Okay, all right, the MARK, the MOTB. All right. Now we know, okay, us in the know, we know that we are not to receive this CHIP even unto death, man. Okay. But in those times when Esau implements the CHIP, as the scripture say, what? For the hour, the scriptures speak about what the hour of temptation. That's speaking of when the CHIP is implemented. Temptation basically goes into being tempted, being tested, because we're all gonna be tested when Esau implements the CHIP. Because once again, we know according to the scriptures, we're not to receive the CHIP. But instead, in those times, we're supposed to put our trust and our faith in Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay? So this is Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, and it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his MARK in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, man. You see? All right? Because if you receive the CHIP, you're going to take part. All right, remember we was going into, Russia being one of the main, if not the main nation, that's going to help take part in the destruction of America. Well, guess what? The people who take that CHIP, they're going to take part in that fiery destruction, man. You see? They're going to take part in that fiery destruction. Okay? That's coming. All right? Okay? We know we're not to receive it, but instead we're supposed to put our faith, our trust in the Lord. It says in Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20, how the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped with the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel in truth. And when you go into that word stay in the Hebrew word is sha'ain, which goes into to lean, to depend on, to trust in, man. You see, that's who we're going to have to trust in these times, because hey, man, everyone is going to basically be put in straits, okay? A position of difficulty, a position, people going to be in states of desperation, you see? Where people are going to basically, the circumstances they're in, all they're going to see this CHIP is basically like a form of salvation. But we know where our salvation lies, okay? With Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, so that's really the point, going into this dollar, man. Okay, the dollar won't be here, all right, for much longer, man. Okay, but Lord, this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna close it out. Give infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash, Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.